Hey guys, today's Power Tap is healing relationship drama.
Join me in these Power Taps and let's awaken your dreams.
Relationship drama comes in many forms. It could be a romantic relationship, family, friends, colleagues, or even your relationship with yourself. So we have a very special request from Adam today, and he's writing to us. He says, "Hey Jen, I have just started a new romantic relationship. I have fallen head over heels in love. However, there are times when we both can't stop yelling at each other. I don't feel heard and it really frustrates me. What can I do?" Adam. Okay, so this is a really great question, Adam, and I feel like whenever we're getting triggered in a relationship, there's only one thing that you can really do: take responsibility for your shit. Sorry to say that, but really when we do that, it only takes one person to drop the tug of war and then the game is over and you get to fall in love again. And if you're having any type of relationship drama, it's likely that you're having some of these symptoms. You could be holding on to feelings of resentment. You could also want the person to be different than what they really are. You could be holding blame and shame, trying to prove a point without really listening to them. You could feel like a victim, or simply you could be going around in circles while being in an argument. Every now and then I contribute drama to my relationship, but myself and my partner have a comical way of embracing our dark side. Here's how we do it. Meet Gunnar and Jennifer. Hey guys. This is who they are to the world, but to each other, they are Honey Bunny and Honey Bear. Well, 90% of the time. Honey Bunny and Honey Bear enjoy many things together. They sing together, soak in hot springs together, make love, and inspire each other to be silly. But every now and then, Honey Bunny turns into Grizzly Bunny and rears those grisly teeth. Or Grizzly Bear comes into the scene. But we really love each other, so we decide to focus on love instead and create a relationship that was based on responsibility for our own triggers. So before these two characters turn into some children's horror film, we both take time out to tap and process our own pain. This allows us to see that whatever we thought was the issue actually is not, and the person who we thought was the devil is actually an angel for us, guiding us to see any unresolved personal blocks. This truth draws us closer together in love. Our pains are usually relating all the way back to our family patterns, and it usually has nothing to do with the person in front of you, although it may look like that. So I hope that this Power Tap helps you clear out any relationship drama so that you can create a really blissful relationship. So sitting in a comfortable position, and let's find our collarbones here and just go underneath the collarbones and press into this point. Now I want you to tune into the relationship that you're having some drama in right now. Perhaps it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, or someone in your life at work, whoever it is. Tune into that challenge that you have right now. And I want you to feel how it's making you feel, because it's likely there's a lot of emotions that are bubbling up as well. So just feel them and let's accept what we feel to start with. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Good. So starting by tapping the center of the chest and just repeating after me. If the word's not completely accurate, then you can change the word to match your own experience. So even though I'm having this issue, and repeat, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. All of this drama that's been happening, tapping the cheeks, it makes me feel overwhelmed. Tapping underneath the nose, I can't feel heard in the situation. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping underneath the lips, I love and forgive myself for how hard this has been. When all I want is, and what do you want? Say that out loud. All I really want is, tapping the chest, but I'm not having it. Tapping the front of the ribs. Instead, I am having, and name what's happening instead. Perhaps it's some drama, perhaps it's a conflict, perhaps it's resistance, perhaps it's pain. What are you having instead? Tapping the side of the ribs. Instead, I'm having, and just name it out loud, and that makes me really sad and angry inside. Tapping the side of the thumb, and all I really want to do is be heard. They don't understand me. All I really want is them to listen. But they're not listening. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I love and accept myself exactly as I am, even though I don't feel heard. And that makes me feel really resentful and angry. And what else do you feel? And just name what you feel. Inside of the little finger, I love and accept myself, even though I have all of these emotions and it's overwhelming me. Makes me feel like I want to explode. Just feeling to the bottling up of all those emotions, not feeling heard, wanting to get your point across, not feeling loved, whatever it is. Big deep breath into it, big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the hand. I'm open to giving myself the love I need in this situation. Tapping the roof of the head. It's possible I am worthy of love. It's possible I'm worthy of having my voice shared, even though I don't feel listened to. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping between the brows. I'm listening to me now. Even if they are not listening, I'm listening to me. And just what does it feel like to hear what you want to say? I'm listening to me and I'm saying, tapping underneath the nose, I'm saying, and what do you need to say and express, and what do you need to be heard in the situation? Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. And tapping underneath the lips, I love and accept myself exactly as I am, even though I've been so angry about this. Tapping the center of the chest, and part of me's been really blaming and shaming who? Just name that person that you're having a conflict with. And if it's yourself, you can say yourself, but if it's with someone, say the name. I've been blaming and shaming, tapping the front of the ribs, and it's totally understandable. And just accept, it's totally understandable because of what they did and how it happened. It's totally understandable. I've been blaming and shaming, and just name that person. Big deep breath. Tapping the side of the ribs, but it doesn't make me feel good to blame and shame. It makes me feel really helpless. It makes me feel really sad and disconnected from this person. I feel really sad that I've been disconnecting from this person. But I'm so angry at them. They haven't been listening to my needs. I feel like they haven't been loving me appropriately. And it's totally understandable that I'm blaming and shaming them. Tapping the side of the thumb, I love and accept myself. And I forgive myself for all of this anger, blame, shame, and resistance inside me. And where do you feel it in your body? Is it in your heart, your chest, your stomach, your shoulders, your jaw? Where do you feel all of this resistance towards the other person or the situation? Tapping the next finger. I forgive myself for feeling all of this. Middle finger, and it's totally understandable. Just give yourself some empathy and understanding for feeling like this. You know, you're not getting your needs met, you're not feeling heard, you're not getting what you want. Big deep breath. Good. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. It's possible I'm still a good person and I'm still worthy of love, even though I haven't been getting, and just name what that is. Tapping the inside of the little finger, and it's totally understandable that I've been blaming them. So tapping the side of the hand and just tuning in to how much you've been holding towards them, how much anger, how much resistance, how much blame, how much shame, how much you've been putting on them because of what happened. I can hold on to this forever if I want to. I can remain disconnected from them as long as I want to, because that's what's happening when you hold on to it. I never have to forgive them. I can keep holding on to this resistance. And I just want you to tune into what that would feel like if you just kept resisting them for the rest of your life, kept holding it against them, kept blaming them. Tapping between the brows. I never have to let this go. Part of me thinks I need to hold on to it. So I want you to tune into the part of yourself that thinks you need to hold on to it. Now, there's many reasons why we may do that. We may be holding on to it to prove a point so that they hear what we need to say. We may be holding on to it to make ourselves protected. So what would be your reason for holding on to all of this resistance, blame, shame, anger, resentment towards the other person in the situation? What's your reason? I'm holding on to this because, tapping underneath the nose, you wouldn't believe what happened. And I really want them to, and just name it out loud, tapping underneath the lips, I'm holding on to this because. Now I want you to ask yourself, is holding on to this resentment, this anger, this tightness around the situation really helping you get what you want? And I bet the answer is no. It's actually probably creating more of what you don't want. Is that correct? Yeah. So tap the center of the chest. All of this resistance, blame and shame and anger is not really helping me. Tapping the front of the ribs. It's not helping me clear the situation. It's not helping me be heard. It's not helping me feel safe. I love and accept myself, even though I haven't been feeling safe. It's possible I don't need to hold on to all of this anymore because I want to feel free. I'm ready to let this go just so I can feel free. Tapping the next finger. I'm ready to let this go so that I can have more peace. Tapping the next finger. It's possible if I let this go, I'll have more love available. Opposite side of the next finger. It's possible if I let this go, I'll be able to create. And what will you be able to create if you actually let it go? Because when we let go of all of those hard feelings, we have more space to be really creative with our energy to create the things that we really want, that we truly want. So what would you have the energy to create if you let it go? Or what would you be able to do if you let it go? I would be able to, and just name it out loud, tapping the inside of the little finger, I will be able to. And how would that make you show up in this situation of drama? Would you be able to approach the situation in a more balanced way? Would you be able to approach the problem in a more clear perspective? If I let this go, I may be able to, and just name it out loud, and I really want to do that. I really want to feel peace and clarity. I want to feel strong inside. I want to feel empowered as a person. It's possible if I'm empowered as a person, I can really create, and just name what that would be, in my relationship. It's possible I'll be able to communicate more clearly. It's possible they may actually hear me because I'm communicating from peace. I really want to communicate clearly. Big deep breath, big sigh. Tapping the temples. So just tune into what that would be like if you were able to fully let this go and come from a place of peace and clarity, and how you would show up in your relationship. Beautiful. Big deep breath, big sigh. Tapping underneath the nose. I forgive myself for how hard this has been, and how much I've struggled with this, and how hurt and sad it's made me. and how helpless I've been. So just tune into those aspects now, because underneath all of that anger and resentment, there's actually some sadness and hurt, because you felt like they didn't love you, or you felt like they weren't caring for you in the way you needed. I forgive myself for feeling so sad about this. Tapping the chest, because all I really wanted was their love. All I really wanted was them to look out for me, and they weren't. Big deep breath, big sigh. I'm looking out for me now. Even though I really wish it was them, I'm giving myself what I need. So what did you need from that person in that situation to feel totally empowered? What did you need from that situation in order to feel loved and safe? I really needed, tapping the side of the wrist, I really needed, side of the thumb, and I wasn't getting it. Tapping the next finger, I really needed, and just name what it was, and I really wish they gave it to me, but they didn't. And that made me feel what? Say that out loud. That made me feel really, tapping the next finger, because I really needed in order to feel safe. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. And part of me still wants them to give it to me. And they may never give it to me. And that really frustrates me. Tapping the inside of the little finger. And I can keep being frustrated about this as long as I want. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the hand. Or I can give it to myself now, even though I really want them to give it to me. And I can wait for the rest of my life, hoping that maybe one day they'll give it to me. Tapping all over the head. And they may never give it to me. Just feel what that would feel like. They're never giving it to you, never, ever, ever giving it to you. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping between the brows. I'm giving it to me now, because I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of trying to convince them that they should. I'm sick of feeling so angry about all of this. I'm ready to give it to myself first, because I'm done with trying to prove myself. Just tune into how much time you spent trying to prove your point here, and how drained that made you because they weren't getting it. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good, you're doing so good. Tapping the chest. I'm giving it to myself now, because I can. And I don't have to wait any longer, because I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of support. I'm worthy of feeling safe. I'm worthy of feeling at ease. And what are you worthy of? I'm worthy of, name it out loud for yourself. Next finger, I'm worthy of. Next finger, I'm worthy of. Next finger, I'm worthy of. Big deep breath, big sigh. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, and I'm giving it to myself now. And just feel what that feels like to give yourself that which you've been wanting. Feel how that feels just to go in and give that to yourself right now. How does that relax your body? How does it relax your emotions to fully receive that from your higher self? I'm receiving, and name what it is. And that feels really, and what does it feel like when you receive that from yourself? I feel really, and name it out loud. Side of the hand. I feel really. This feels really, name it out loud. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good, you're doing good. Tapping between the brows. And how would your life change if you were giving this to yourself all the time while you were in relationship? How would your relationship with this person change if you were always giving this to yourself first? I would be, and just name what you would be doing or how it would look. And it would look like If I was giving myself what? Just name it. I'm ready to give this to myself. This could really help my relationship. I'm ready to give myself, and just name the top 3 things that you're going to give yourself. Perhaps they're feelings, perhaps they're attitudes or thoughts or beliefs, or just ways of showing up for yourself, taking care of yourself. Just name 3 right now. Good. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm worthy of this. And I'm moving forward now. Tapping the side of the wrist. I've got everything I need right here within me to feel good and empowered, and to move forward knowing I am worthy of amazing, blissful, beautiful love. Good. I'm creating blissful, beautiful love. And I'm letting it overflow from me now. And I forgive the other person for not knowing how to do this, because I know what that feels like. So the fact that you've struggled with it, you know that that was hard. And so does that make sense to think that the other person has also struggled with it, found it really hard as well, and maybe they deserve some forgiveness and some compassion because of their struggle? Tapping the inside of the next finger. I love and accept myself, and I'm forgiving the situation, and I'm ready to move forward. And just send a big hug to that person energetically. Let them feel your love and forgiveness, knowing that your struggle was the same as theirs. And let them just feel all of your forgiveness now. Big deep breath, big sigh. I'm letting it go now. Tapping the inside of the little finger. I'm letting it go now. Side of the hand. I'm letting this be free. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping all over your body and telling yourself 10 affirmations about what type of love you get to give to yourself and then into the world around you and to the relationships around you. I'm giving, and just name it out loud, 10 of them. And also say, I'm creating. What are you creating as a result of that? Good. Tapping all over your body. Keep going. Beautiful. Just a few more. Good. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. And just coming down into resting, closing your eyes for a moment. Just feeling your own energy. Just relax into your own body. And feel what it feels like just to be centered right here, right now. And just feel all of the love pouring down from the sky right now, pouring into you. And just feel yourself receiving all of the love from all of creation. And know that all of creation is taking care of you. And that you are a part of a much larger relationship. That you are in relationship with the whole cosmos. Your very existence is in relationship with everything. And just feel all of existence loving you right now, because that's how much there is. And just take a big deep breath into receiving that. Release a big sigh. I hope that you've enjoyed this power tap to heal relationship drama. I know that you have so much love inside of you and you're ready to share it with the world. If you'd like to leave your comments below, I would love to hear from you. How was this tap? What did you work on? And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out more tapping videos, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Jennifer Partridge, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so you know we have this Honey Bear and Honey Bunny song, and we sing it to each other in the most like craziest, silliest of moods. And do you want to hear it? Yeah. So it goes like this. So he would be the honey bear and I would be the honey bunny, but since he's not here, I'll just do it anyway. So it goes like this. Mr. Honey Bunny, Mr. Honey Bunny, Honey Bear, Honey Bear, Honey Bunny, Honey Bunny, Mr. Honey Bear, Mr. Honey Bear, Honey Bunny, Honey Bunny. And we sing that like back and forth, and it's just like, we never stop.